one, only 18 months. A government project, 18 months. Can it happen? No. So he said, okay, let me, call some of the consultants. So he invited Accenture, EY, and all the, big consultants. So he said that, okay, guys, we have to build this. Very cold response. So all the CEOs and all, they said, okay, fine, I'll send some consultant and you go and work on it. So he called another meeting with all the CEOs and he told them the purpose. He told them the story of 26/11. He told what happened that evening and he told why we are building this. Earlier he said, I'm building this database, this grid I'm building, we have to connect source data from here and there. But why we are building? This is the reason. Right? 10 terrorists came and hold us hostage. Entire country was crying. And our people were struggling to get those terrorists killed, right? And that is the reason we are building this. Not only this, he took the team was formed, all the CEOs, they promised that, okay, we'll give you the best guys. So best guys came. They said that, okay, minimum time to build a report, something for, government approval, ministry approval, it will take at least 8 to 9 months. That is from our experience. He took the team to Manesar, where NSG headquarters is. Those team of, 10, 15 people, they went there and they had a meeting with all the people who were part of that operation. And this one guy told them their experience. They said, my experience is that when we entered into the Taj building, I was blindfolded, my hands were handcuffed, and I was just entering without any sense, without any ear, nose, any organs, right? So he said that next time when I'm into this situation, if you can give me those sense organs, I guarantee you, I can finish the operation in half the time. So the kind of experience people shared, it motivated the team. They came back, they completed that that report that they had to submit to the ministry within 2 months, and that is a record. So I have asked all my Scrum Masters that whenever we do any project, whether we are fast or slow or whatever, but we have to find purpose of that project. How it is going to benefit us, our customers, ourselves, what you are going to learn from it, what is the impact of it. Until unless you find that story, you are not going to succeed. So this was one learning that we took from it, and we have started practicing it. People now, in all the presentations or the decks that we create, we have this purpose statement. What is the purpose? Why we are doing it? Next thing is emphasize on the vision. Vision which is personal. A recent example, let me share with you. We are building a very big platform, and that platform will be used by our operations people to serve the customers. There are thousands of operations staff. They use that platform to serve the customers, right? So ultimately, the mission is that we should not have the platforms which is used to serve customers and human beings working on it. It should be all automated. In the end, this platform is not required. So we found the vision that, okay, in the end state, this platform is not required. That is our vision. If we do all things right, if we automate properly, if we join the dots, then this platform is not required. When people do the planning, when they go through the requirements, if people don't have that vision in mind, they will keep building all the manual stuff. They will keep building stuff which will suffice today's need. So whenever people are talking to their team, whenever people are looking at the requirements or doing the design, at that point of time, they look at the vision. So in every meeting, the vision is written down so that people keep it in their head, what is going there and is it aligned to our vision? Am I designing something which will help me achieve this vision, or we will keep on building the technical debt? So this is another thing that people started practicing. Okay? So this is our second learning. Third is create the healthy and fun-loving environment in the team. Because if there is no fun, what happens? Finger pointing, right? Dependencies, that I am dependent on you, I'm not able to move forward, I'm not able to do my work, some bit of politics, right? All of that happens. So Scrum Master, as we say in leadership, it is a contact sport, right? Scrum Masters or the Agile leads will have to take responsibility of creating that work environment, creating that healthy environment in the team. So that is the third thing that I ask all my people to do. So this is just a beginning. These are the three elements that we learn from different industries. One is hospitality, another one is army, how people do things there, and can we learn something from it. We keep on searching about these things. People who are good at it, people who agility is their nature, it is not enforced on it, we should definitely learn from them. So after this, our next mission is that our team will continue to do research around this industry, find out more details that where are such more examples and what we can learn from them. Okay, so that was all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Question?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for your session. I'll come back to the thing that you started with. You mentioned that you face challenge of your team saying that the Scrum ceremonies are just a waste of time. We'll rather focus on development of the product. So
Yeah.
how do you usually handle those kind of challenges when your Scrum or your Scrum Master, for that matter, when your team says that these Scrum ceremonies are just a waste of time?
So I don't know the right answer to it, and I don't know how people have handled it. So first of all, it should be the team. They should decide whether they want these daily meetings or stand-ups or not. If they want, then what is going wrong? Why they think this is a waste of time? And I think all of you will do the same thing. You are all trained in getting the answers from the team, right? So that is what a team should do. They should decide themselves. If something is not working, it is not working. It is not mandatory to go there and have that ceremonial thing every morning when half of the people are disengaged.
So, as per you, it's okay if they don't want to do any kind of a Scrum ceremony, rather focus on just the work that they are doing. So it's pretty okay.
Yeah, I think if the team decides that daily meeting is not required, alternate day is required, or once a week is required, we don't have many new things to talk about. It is up to them.
Just to clarify, he is not a Scrum guy. So he is more of an here. So he doesn't care whether you follow those daily Scrum sprint to it, doesn't matter.
Maybe you just talk to your team, ask them why they feel this is not going good, what gaps you are feeling, make them understand why you are doing it, the purpose of these meetings, and tell them there are only 4 ceremonies. So the QA meetings and the dev meetings, they are not Scrum ceremonies, which actually they do a lot, the technical things. These are the 3-4 ceremonies and why they are very important. And then maybe ask them the questions, why there is a gap, what we can do it better. So maybe 15 minutes meeting can come to 5 or 7 minutes if we are doing the right stuff. So I think that will help. But yes, I think the ceremonies are very important.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we are done. Good. Bhuvan, do you want to do that? Yeah. That's for you. Where is that?
Thank you so much.
Where is that camera?
We will talk about more stories.
So we have 5 minutes, and during my session, somebody asked me about that value part. So I'm going to take just 5 minutes for it. So, and then we can go for a tea break quickly. Right. So recently I was at a meetup, I was talking about this topic. We could have saved Titanic. For some of you, it may be a repeat, but just a quick one, won't take more than that. So, the question is, how do you prioritize your user story, feature, PBI, whatever you call it? Based on value. That's the perfect answer. That's bad. We don't care about it. So we always based on the value, right? And value could have a different meaning. I agree. Maybe never. You know the answer actually. That's why you have already seen this slide, right? So the value part generally works. So, sorry? No book for the answer. And you will find out whether your answer is right or wrong. We will say it. So this is about the history of the Titanic, how it started. So the competitor of the Titanic, actually they came up with a number of ships which were really, really better than the White Star Line company. So they were under tremendous pressure to create or develop new ship. This guy, Bruce Ismay, this was the same person, if you remember in the movie, that person with the mustaches who actually slipped into that boat. So he was there. And this guy, the JP Morgan, the original JP Morgan, the financer of the JP Morgan company. So they came together and they said that we are going to build a number of ships. And they decided that we are going to build 3 ships at least. And these were the 3 ships, Olympic, Titanic, and Britannic. Right? So the construction of Olympic or the development of Olympic started early. And then next was the Titanic and finally the Britannic. So since it was started early, so Olympic went into service early also. So it went into service in around 1911. It started generating value. It started generating revenue for the company, the White Star Line, which was obviously needing that. But after some time, actually, it met with an accident and it has to come back to the harbor or the port for the repairing. So, but the people who worked on it, they were moved to the Titanic. So now the White Star Line was under in a dilemma. What to do? They have the same number of people. Either they can repair Titanic or they can actually work on this. Right? This, in case if this ship remained on the harbor, so it wasn't a revenue loss for the company. So what would you do? Fix the production bug.
It would be like value and the effort, like the story points maybe.
Okay, that's okay. Effort was almost same.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. What would you do? Don't worry. It's okay. There is no wrong answer.
This was the first shift. They should have prepared it first so that they know.
They'll start getting money.
Yeah.
So they should have repaired the first ship so that they can go back to the service and it can start generating money for them. And that's what they did. So they actually worked on the Olympic, they repaired it, and it went into the service back. But because of it, that Titanic was delayed by 3 weeks. Right? Reason being, they made the decision based on the value, and value in their case, the value was the money. Right? All looks good till now, but if you move to the next slide, that's where the problem was. If you look at the iceberg activity during that in 1912, if it could have been gone into service in March, the Titanic, versus April, there was maybe very, very less chances of hitting an iceberg. But since it went in April, even the mean, or specifically 1912, it was too much. So sometimes just the value or maybe just the revenue part may not be the right thing to study. There are so many other factors, people, some of you already answered, not only the money or the revenue, there are so many other factors actually which impact. So the value may be different for different people. Yeah, when we say time to market, we actually have to consider the risk factor also. So there are so many.
That's what I'm saying. It is not related to the previous.
Maybe. So there may be so many things which you have to take into account. Yep, done. So that's what. So we are done. So we are going for a tea break, half an hour, and then we come back. Thank you. And by the way, one quick thing, we have a chart there which is about feedback, and there are some sticky notes available with sketch pen and pen. So you are most welcome to provide your feedback. That will help. Thank you.